This is the OCR GCSE 91 Maths paper 1 from the November 2018 papers, and this paper is a calculator paper. Question number 1. Jody asked some people to choose from 6 countries where they would most like to go on holiday. The bar chart shows her results for 5 of the countries. We see this bar chart here. Part A, 14 people answered Spain. Show this information on the bar chart. Here is the information displayed for Spain. Part B, complete these sentences. A certain country was chosen by the fewest people. Looking at the bar chart, we see that Germany has the smallest frequency. Hence, Germany was chosen by the fewest people. Next, we have a certain number of people who chose France. Well, if we take a look at France, we've got 24 and then 28 here. So here we'd have 26. We are halfway between 24 and 26. That corresponds to 25. So we have 25 people who chose France. Next, we have a certain number of people who chose Italy than Mexico. We require the difference between Italy and Mexico. We see that is 6. So we have 6 more people chose Italy than Mexico. Question number 2, part A. Write down the mathematical name of the solid. Here we have a cylinder. Part B, ABCD is a rectangle. We have to add the correct mathematical symbol to the diagram to show that the angle BCD is a right angle. BCD is this angle here. Here is the correct symbol. Question number 3. Louisa changes £320 into euros. £1 is worth 1.14 euros. How many euros does she receive? So to go from the pounds to the euros, we would have to multiply by 1.14. So we have 320, and what we are required to do is multiply this by 1.14. This will convert to euros. So if we do that, 320 multiplied by 1.14, that's equal to 364.80 euros. Question number 4, part A. Write down each of the following. For the first part, an even number. Any even number means it's divisible by 2. For example, we could write 14. Next, a factor of 25. Well, the factors of 25, we've got 1 times 25 gives 25, and 5 times by 5 gives 25. Here are all the factors of 25. We can write down any of these. For example, we can write down the 5. Next, a prime number between 10 and 20. Well, let's list the prime numbers between 10 and 20. We've got 11, 13, 17, 19. We can write down any of these. 13 is a prime number between 10 and 20. Next, we have to write down a cube number. Well, a cube number is a number multiplied by itself 3 times. So for example, we could have 2 cubed. And if I work out what 2 cubed is, we get 8. So 8 is a cube number. Part B, we have to find the highest common factor of 35 and 91. 35, that's equal to 7 times by 5. And 91 is equal to 7 times 13. What's common to both is this 7, which means then the highest common factor is 7. Question number 5, part A. Write 3 to 57 as a ratio in its simplest form. So far, we've got 3 to 57. If I divide both sides by 3, what we end up with is 1 to 19. Part B, Bob and Chris share some money in the ratio 2 to 3. Bob receives £8. How much does Chris receive? So we've got this ratio of Bob to Chris being in the ratio 2 to 3. We know Bob receives £8. To go from 2 to the 8, we multiply by 4. So I would also have to multiply the 3 by 4, leaving me with 12. Chris receives £12. Question number 6. Solve part A, x subtract 6 equals 4. So the first thing we need to do is add 6 to both sides, and if we do that, on the left hand side we have x, on the right hand side 4 plus 6 is 10, which means x is 10. Part B, we have 12 divided by x equals 3. We have to find out what x is. Clearly in this case, 12 divided by 4 equals 3, which means x is equal to 3. Question number 7, part A, round 81.469 to 1 decimal place. Well, if I take a look at the second decimal place, that is 6. Because 6 is 5 or greater, we need to move this 4 up to the next digit available. So we have 81.5. Part B, round 0.005694 to 3 significant figures. If I take a look at the fourth significant figure, that's this 4. And because this is less than 5, we can leave this digit 9 alone, leaving us with 0.00569. Question number 8 here is a function. The input is x and the output is y. So we've got x, we divide by 3, we add 9, we get y. We have to write an algebraic expression for y in terms of x. So when it says an algebraic expression for y in terms of x, we want a y equals. So the first thing we do is we start off with x. Then after that, we divide by 3. After that, we add 9. Y equals x over 3 plus 9. Question 9. Liu wants to decorate some cakes with shapes. She has 140 shapes. Each shape is a star or a heart. The ratio of the number of stars to the number of hearts is 4 to 3. She wants to put 5 stars and 4 hearts on each cake. How many cakes can Liu decorate? Show full working to support your answer. So we have 5 stars and 4 hearts on each cake. We've got this ratio of star to heart being 4 to 3. And we have 140 shapes altogether. So we've got 7 parts equaling 140, which means each part is worth 20. So we have 20 per part. Which means the total number of star we have is 80. The number of heart we have is 60. Now she puts 5 stars on each cake and 4 hearts on each cake. So if I do 80 divided by 5, I get 16. And if I do 60 divided by 4, I get 15. Which means then, she can decorate 15 cakes. Question number 10. Triangle A is drawn on the grid below. Enlarge triangle A with scale factor 2 and centre of enlargement 0, 0. Here is 0, 0. From this point to here we go 2 across and 1 up. So doubling that, we'd have 4 across and 2 up. For this point here we go 2 across, 4 up, so doubling that we got 4 across and 8 up. And for this point here we've got 4 across, 1 up. So we'd have 8 across, 2 up. So here is the enlarged triangle. Question 11. Point P is shown on this grid. We have to write down the coordinates of P. So P we go 2 across and 4 up, so the coordinates of P are 2, 4. Part B, we have to plot the point Q at negative 1, 2. So negative 1, 2 is over here. So we have the point Q. Question number 12. We have to use the formula V equals U plus AT to find the final velocity when the initial velocity is 8 meters per second, the acceleration is 3 meters per second squared, and the time is 5 seconds. So we've got this initial velocity of 8, we've got this acceleration of 3, and we've got this time of 5 seconds. So we have V equals U, which is 8, plus A, which is 3, multiplied by T, which is 5. So if I work out what this is equal to, I get 23. So we have 23 meters per second. Question number 13, we have to calculate the circumference of a circle with diameter 10 centimeters. So the circumference is equal to pi multiplied by the diameter. So we have pi multiplied by the diameter, which is 10. And if I work out what this is, we get 31.4. So we have 31.4 centimeters. Question number 14, part A. We have to find the value of x in each of the following. A to the 4 times a to the 3 equals a to the x. Here we would have to add the powers. So we have a to the 4 plus 3 equals a to the x. So we have a to the 7 equals a to the x, and clearly then you can see x is 7. Part B, we have to work out b to the 4 to the 3 equals b to the x. B to the 4 to the 3 would have to multiply the powers, so we have b to the 4 times by 3, and this is equal to b to the x. So we have b to the 12 equals b to the x. So we have 12, which is equal to x. Part B, we have to factorise fully 18x squared plus 9x. The highest common factor of 18 and 9 is 9. The highest common factor of x squared and x is just x. So we have 9x multiplied by 2x, that gives the 18x squared, and 9x times by 1 gives 9x. Question number 15. Tea bags of similar quality are sold in 3 different sized packs. For a small pack, we get 80 tea bags for £2.10. A medium pack, we get 150 tea bags for £3.55. And for a large pack, we get 220 tea bags for £5.25. Which pack is the best value for money? Show how you decide. First of all, for small, we have £2.10 divided by 80. You will find that to equal 0.02625 per tea bag. Then we have medium, that's 355 divided by 150. That's equal to 0.02367 pounds per tea bag. And then we've got large, 525 divided by 220. Here we have 0.02386 pounds per tea bag. So which one is the best value for money? That's the one with the smallest amount, which is medium. So we have medium because it's the cheapest per tea bag. Part B, explain why someone may buy a pack which is not the best value for money, because they might not have enough money. So that's why they might not buy the mediums here. Question number 16. The perimeter of the pentagon is equal to the perimeter of the square. We have to find an expression for the length of one side of the square. Give your answer in terms of x in its simplest form. So let's work out the perimeter of the pentagon. We've got the 5x plus 3 plus the 7x plus 4 plus the 9x minus 10 plus the 5x plus 8 plus the 2x plus 3. So how many x's do we have in total? Well, we've got 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 5 plus 2, so that's 28. So we've got 28x. And then we've got 3 plus 4, subtract 10 plus 8 plus 3, that's 8. So the perimeter of the pentagon is 28x plus 8. This means the square has a perimeter of 28x plus 8. So one length of the square is 28x plus 8 plus 4 plus 7x plus 2. Question number 17. James works from 2 p.m. until 8:30 p.m. on both Thursday and Friday. He is paid £12 per hour. On Saturday he is paid 1.5 times this hourly pay. He works for 5 hours on Saturday. Calculate how much James earns in total for these 3 days. So he's paid £12 per hour. So on the weekday, from 2 p.m. to 8:30 p.m, that's 6.5 hours. So the pay per day, that's equal to £12 multiplied by the 6.5, which is £78. So the pay for Thursday and Friday, that's 78 multiplied by 2 because we've got 2 days, that's £156. On Saturday, the rate is 1.5 times this hourly pay. So we've got £12 times 1.5, which is £18 per hour. So on Saturday, we have £18 multiplied by 5, which is 90. So the total pay then is 156 plus 90, which is £246. Question number 18. Dr. Jones starts an appointment every 20 minutes. Dr. Warholm starts an appointment every 35 minutes. The first appointment for both doctors start at 8:30 a.m. What is the next time they have an appointment at the same time? What we have to do is find the lowest common multiple of 20 and 35. Let's take a look at Dr. Jones. We've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, and we could continue. Let's take a look at Dr. Warholm. He has an appointment every 35 minutes, so we have 35, 70, 105, 140. We could continue, but what you will find is we have 140 minutes, which is the lowest common multiple. So the lowest common multiple is 140 minutes. So what is 140 minutes equal to? That's equal to 2 hours, 20 minutes. So they have an appointment at the same time every 2 hours and 20 minutes. So the next time they have an appointment at the same time, we've got this 8:30 a.m. and then we add on this 2 hours, 20 minutes. So the next time they have an appointment at the same time is 10:50 a.m. Question number 19. The scale drawing shows Katie's garden A, B, C, D. We've got a scale, 1 centimetre represents 5 metres. We are told in this question, Katie places a statue in the garden. The statue is more than 30 metres from D, closer to CB than AB. You have to construct and shade the region where the statue could be placed. Show all your construction lines. So, the first thing we need to do is draw an arc from the point D. Now, we've got 30 metres from D, and if I use the scale 1 centimetre represents 5 metres, then my arc needs to have a radius of 6. So if I measure 6 centimetres, like so, then I will draw my arc from the point D. And you can see this over here. What we now know as well is it is closer to CB than AB. So at this point, what we need to do is construct a ruled bisector of angle ABC, and this bisector will cross this line DC somewhere. So let's construct a bisector of this angle. The first thing we will do is we will draw an arc like so and like so. Put the pointy bit here, and then we will draw an arc like so. Again, pointy bit here. We will draw another arc like so. So now what we need to do is draw on our bisector. Here is our bisector. Now what we are told is it is closer to CB than AB, so it's underneath this line, and it's more than 30 meters from D. So the region we require then is shown here. Question number 20. Here is a right-angled triangle. We've got 30 centimeters, 8.4 centimeters, and x centimeters. We have to work out the value of x. Well, to work out the value of x, what we need to do is use Pythagoras. So therefore, using Pythagoras, we have x squared plus 8.4 squared equals 30 squared. So we can find the value of x squared. X squared is equal to 30 squared subtract 8.4 squared, which is equal to 829.44. So therefore, to find out what x is equal to, we have to square root, giving us 28.8 centimeters. Question number 21. Sherry buys a box of 60 candles for £125. She sells the candles for £2.25 each. Calculate her percentage profit. Well, she sells all the candles for 60 times £2.25. So she sells all the candles for £135. So therefore, for the percentage profit, we have 135, subtract the 125 divided by the original amount, 125, and then we multiply this by 100. So we have 10 divided by 125, which is 0.08, multiplying that by 100, we get 8%. Question 22. Hector can run 400 meters in 66 seconds. Part A. Use this information to show that he could run 5 kilometers in less than 14 minutes. Now there are two conversions we require. We've got the conversion from meters to kilometers and the conversion of seconds to minutes and vice versa. So what we know in this question then is we have 400 meters, which is completed in 66 seconds. And what we need to do is find out how long it will take to run 5 kilometers. And if I multiply 5 kilometers by 1,000, I can convert that to meters. So let's try to see what happens when we wish to convert the 5,000 meters, find out how long it will take in seconds. Well, to go from 400 to 5,000, we have to multiply by 12.5, meaning we also have to multiply the 66 by 12.5, leaving us with 825 seconds. So now I need to convert this 825 seconds into minutes by dividing by 60. So if I do 825 divided by 60, I get 13.75. So this is the same as 13.75 minutes, which is clearly less than the 14 minutes. Part B. Hector tries to run 5 kilometers in less than 14 minutes. Give one reason why he might not achieve this. Well, in reality, he will get tired and therefore cannot maintain this speed. Question number 23. Here are the interest rates for 2 bank accounts. Northern Saving Bank, 2.5% per year compound interest. Central Alliance Bank, 2.7% per year simple interest. Mia puts 6,400 in each account. Calculate the difference in value between the 2 accounts after 8 years. Give your answer correct to the nearest penny. Let's first of all take a look at the NSB account. The NSB account, we've got 6,400 multiplied by 1.025 to the power of 8. So if I work out what this is equal to, we have 7,797.78. Let's take a look at Central Alliance Bank. The interest for 1 year is 2.7% of 6,400. So if I work out what this is equal to, I've got 0.027 multiplied by 6,400, which is £172.80. We can now find out the interest for 8 years. So the interest for 8 years, we've got 8 multiplied by this £172.80. So if I multiply this by 8, I get a value of £1,382.40. So therefore, we can find out the total amount by adding together the 6,400 and the £1,382.40. That leaves us with £7,782.40. Now we have to calculate the difference. So the difference is equal to £7,797.78. Subtract £7,782.40. That leaves us with £15.38. So we have £15.38. Question number 24. Romelu picks a shirt and shorts. The probability he picks a red shirt is 0.4. The probability he picks white shorts is 0.7. We have to complete the tree diagram. So the probability of red is 0.4. The probability of not red then will be 0.6. The probability that he picks white shorts is 0.7. The probability that he does not pick white shorts, so this is not white, that's equal to 0.3. So we've got 0.7 for white, and then we've got 0.3 for not white. For part B, we have to calculate the probability that Romelu picks a red shirt but does not pick white shorts. So red and not white, well, we have red and then not white, which is what we are required to calculate. So we have 0.4, which is the red, multiplied by the 0.3, which is not white, and if we work this out, we get 0.12. Question 25. Markin buys 7 rulers and 15 crayons for £7. A ruler costs 12 pence more than a crayon. We have to find the cost of 1 crayon. So what we have is 7 rulers plus 15 crayons equals £7. And we know that a ruler costs 12 pence more than a crayon, so we've got the price of a crayon plus 12 pence, and 12 pence in pounds is 0.12. So we can replace the R with C plus 0.12. So I've got 7 multiplied by C plus 0.12, so that's the 7R, plus 15C equals 7. So multiplying the brackets, I've got 7C plus 0.84 plus 15C equals 7. Then we've got 22C plus 0.84 equals 7. Subtracting 0.84 from both sides, 22C equals £6.16. And if I do £6.16 divided by 22, I get 0.28. So C is equal to 0.28, meaning the price of one crayon is 28 pence. Question 26. Here are the first 4 terms of a sequence: 28, 23, 18 and 13. We have to find the nth term of the sequence. The first thing we can do is find out what the difference is between each of these terms. The difference between each of these terms is -5. So to find the 0th term, we have to do the opposite of subtracting 5, which is adding 5. 28 plus 5 is 33. And therefore, the nth term of the sequence is given by 33 subtract 5 n. Question 27. 72 children are asked whether they have a laptop or an iPad. 31 have a laptop. 48 have an iPad. 12 have both. 5 have neither. We have to represent this information on a Venn diagram. Here is a Venn diagram. What we know so far is that 12 have both a laptop and an iPad. And if 31 have a laptop altogether, 31 subtract 12, that's equal to 19. So 19 plus 12 gives the 31 in total for a laptop. If 48 have an iPad, that means 48 subtract 12 is 36. So 36 have an iPad only, so 12 plus 36 gives the 48. And then we have the 5 who have neither. Here is the completed Venn diagram. Next, one of the children is chosen at random. We have to write down the probability that they have an iPad but not a laptop. So they have an iPad but not a laptop. That's 36 out of a total of 72. So if I work out what this is equal to as a fraction, clearly that's just 1/2. So the probability is 1/2.